Hello, and welcome to episode 26. The special 25 episodes where this episode is released on the same day as episode 25 because time continuum bullshit. Let's get started. My alarm's beeping, shatters our early morning quiet, and I find myself working where to find the motivation to rise. Don't lie there and die. Oh, we just survived. Class is still quite far off, but I agree to run with Emmy in the morning. Really, I'm not that interested in running as a hobby, or even a possible life-lengthening exercise. I'd rather die early than actually exercise every day. However, I feel obligated to follow through on my promise to Emmy yesterday, which is why I find myself throwing on running shorts and a light t-shirt. I wonder if Kenji just is dead. Did he just die?
I hope we didn't kill him through like depression or something.
We could be optimistic, but either way, the cool morning air caresses my face as the morning sunshine causes a dew on the grass to sparkle, nearly blinding me at first. As I make my way down to the track, an ugly thought strikes me. What if this is some sort of joke that Emmy is Shut
He's turning into Kenji.
Up. I don't care. You do realize, okay, nothing in Emmy's character has even slightly suggested that. I feel a sense of big word that I don't care about. Temptation.
That I'm going to be late.
You're late. Wow. Hisao, you're psychic, even though you didn't care enough to be psychic. It would seem that Emmy is already there. What a relief.
Not according to my watch. We're both early, in fact.
Damn. You got me there.
Emmy is sitting on the bleachers, decked out in her running gear, waiting somewhat patiently for me.
I'm glad you're actually here. I was afraid that this was a joke or something.
Nah, I'd never make someone get up early for nothing. Plus, Rin owes me 500 yen now. She didn't think you would actually show up.
I knew it! She knew I bought the cake and was expecting me to have a heart failure. Nice to know that Emmy was on my side at least. Emmy hops off the bleachers and begins stretching out. She was remarkably lithe, almost like a dancer. I set out to stretch as well, but then realized that I don't exactly remember how to stretch properly. It's been ages since I stretched for anything, if you don't count my one stink as running last week. And even then, I don't think I've actually stretched beforehand. The specter of my long hospital stay rises up again. I can say I was all that active before the hospital stay, though maybe I could just being more... Is it me or am I just failing horribly for speaking?
It's not just you, it's just you.
Okay.
Failing horribly for speaking.
No. Emmy giggles as she watches me stretch out.
No, Izo. You've got to hold it for longer than that.
I'm trying. It kinda hurts a little.
Oh.
Heh, that's because you're out of shape. You've got some flexibility in you. Like this. You've got to get some flexibility in you like this.
To demonstrate, Emmy reaches down and puts her hand through her head through her legs. Oh, wow, kinky.
Holy crap.
God bless you, Emmy. See, I knew Hisao was gonna say kinky.
I see. Is that the sort of thing I should strive for?
Of course, flexibility is important for any runner. You've got to be able to go faster the more you stretch out.
Hisao, I have no faith in you and you have no faith in yourself. That makes no sense to me, but Emmy seems to believe it's true. With Emmy's help, I managed to stretch myself out properly. I can't help but to notice that when she thinks of how to explain things to me, her mouth scrunches up and in contortion.
Concentration, wasn't it?
It's adorable. I don't care what she does. She's just adorable. I don't even look at her. Honestly, what color of hair does she have again? I don't even fucking know.
Not bad, Izo. Come on, we better start running. We'll start off with just a mile today. That's 4 laps around the track. Got it?
That sounds fine to me.
This shouldn't be too hard. You almost killed yourself last time you did that. Why are you saying it's not going to be too hard? A hazy memory of running a mile for gym class surfaces in my mind. And obviously not the most recent memory of when you almost killed yourself, Hisao, when you said, "Oh no, continue running," when you decide to have a fucking race. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Emmy sets a pretty good pace, and I fall in behind her.
Try to keep up, okay, Izo? Roger.
We round the first curve without incident, though I can already feel my heart rate increase slightly. By the second curve, I started to breathe through my mouth. Emmy doesn't even seem to be breaking a sweat. As if to punctuate her superiority, she turns around and starts running backwards.
Are you doing okay, Izo?
I will not be sad if you fall down right now.
Never better. Oh, really? Maybe
You
I
are
should
doing
speed
this
up
again?
that.
Oh yeah, you should totally speed it.
Oh, no. Wouldn't want you to overexert yourself.
My heavy panting and wheezing makes the statement less convincing than I had hoped. Emmy simply smiles and turns around again.
You're the boss, Izo. We'll stay at this pace.
I get the feeling that I'm being mocked. If I weren't in such a terrible shape, I'd probably feel offended. By the third lap, my breath comes out in rasping gasps. I'm also awashed in my own sweat. Ew, that's gross.
You know what's the worst part?
What?
Hizo has a heart failure, like a heart attack problem. He has a heart problem.
Yep.
And we'd probably do worse than him. Because I think he might just overall be more fit than us.
You are lacking faith in my own... Like, I have no faith in your abilities, but at least I have faith in my own abilities. Jeez. We round the curve to start our 4th lap, and Emmy looks back with a wide grin.
Here we go.
She takes off at blinding speeds while I stubbornly sink to my slower pace. By the time I get to the first turn, she's already rounding the 2nd. As I struggle across the back stretch, Emmy continues running and catches up to me.
Come on, Izo. You can do it.
I'd answer her, but I'm too focused on getting air into my lungs and ignoring the burning in my leg muscle. Part of me wants to say something like, maybe you can, but I'm about to die here. Again. But again, I doubt I can actually form words right now. Emmy keeps pace with me as I round the 2nd turn and crosses the finish line. Her sprint seems to have gotten her sweating. It actually causes her shirt to turn slightly translucent. It seems she's wearing a black sports bra. I feel a vague stab of guilt for being the sort of guy who stares at a girl's chest, but my legs and chest are burning so badly I can't bring myself to care that. I'm impressed by your dick. It's powerful, Hisao. You're on death's door right now and you're looking at her chest. It's pathetic, but also kind of impressive.
And not bad for first effort, Izo.
Kind of you to say so.
Emmy seems to be If not out of breath, at least breathing a little more heavily than she was before we started to run. It must have been the sprint that did it.
Hey, I've got a few sprints in. You should walk around the track to cool down. Then we can stretch out. And we'll be all done, okay?
Sounds great.
My legs are on fire. I think someone came in and lit them on fire. And my breathing is still heavy, but surprisingly, my heart seems to be taking the strain well. Another trump for medical science, I suppose.
You should put your hands behind your head. It makes it easier for you to catch your breath.
I knew about that. Surprisingly, she's right. I begin to stroll around the track, happy to feel my breath coming back to me. How could the person who runs on the track team actually know something correct about breathing techniques? Oh wow, there's a blur and Emmy sprints by me. Watching her run absolutely is fascinating. It's not just because she's on prosthetics, though that is interesting. The real interesting thing is the way her face changes. I can only catch glimpses of it as she runs by, but her eyes seem to come alive with a sort of fierce joy. It's as if there's nothing else in the world but her and the track. By the time I've gotten to the final stretch, Emmy seems to have finished her sprinting. She's breathing heavily now, but she's wearing a satisfied grin on her face. She waves to me cheerfully as I near her.
Feeling better, right?
Actually, yeah.
Hey, did you want to take another lap around with me? You've got to cool down too, you know.
Part of me would rather to sit down and say, "Fuck you, Emmy," but something tells me that would be a bad idea. Besides, if I sit down, there may be no getting back up again.
Sure, why not?
Emmy's got her hands behind her head now as well, which makes her seem very relaxed. The positioning of her arms also pulls her shirt upwards ever so slightly, so I can see a small strip of her belly. How scandalous!
Scandalous.
I do my best to act like the gentleman and not look at her belly. I mean, oh my goodness, her belly! But the contrast of her skin against her red running shorts is rather arresting.
So how do you feel, Izo?
Surprisingly good, actually. I'm sore and tired, but it was surprisingly good.
I'm sorry, that one comment. As soon as I say it, I realize that's true. Sure, part of me wants to lay down and die, but I feel like I've accomplished something. It's almost like the glow throughout my body that persists deeply in the soreness.
Despite the
What?
soreness?
Okay.
Connor can't read simulator.
I was gonna make fun of Hisao, like when he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't talk right now," by being like, "Yeah, Hisao, that's because we've already established that you're slightly retarded." Either.
Oh, yeah, that's the runner's high.
Runner's high?
Yeah, it has something to do with adrenaline, science, and stuff.
Emmy thinks for a moment as we walk, trying to remember. Then she shrugs and grins at me.
I don't actually remember. It's a good feeling though, isn't it? Better than sex, right?
I opened my mouth to respond shortly before perceiving what she just said. I mean... Emmy watches my face for a few moments before bursting out into laughter.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. You're just too easy.
Why did I agree to run with you again?
Emmy just laughs hard. I think this visual novel's taking a turn, Justin. I'm scared. What do we do? What if it's like...
We get to the turns out she's into some really kinky
I'm
crap that involves a lot
afraid,
of
Justin.
running.
I've never gone this far in a visual novel before. I always die before that.
Yeah.
And the only visual novel we played was... It didn't get... I'm scared. Emmy just laughs harder. She takes hold of my forearm and tilts it, allowing her to get a better view of my watch. Her face changes the moment she sees the time.
Oh no! We better get a move on, Izo. Your class is in another hour, and I need a shower. That rhymed.
I should probably do that as well.
I need to see the nurse too. Maybe he'll write me a note for being late or something.
Why do you need to see the nurse?
Emmy points to her prosthetics as if that would explain everything.
It's important to check for irritation. You know, from like sweat or friction or anything. Normally I only go to after practice. But if we're going to be doing these morning runs, then I guess I'll see him twice a day.
Wait, so Emmy only started doing these runs since I showed up?
If it's more convenient for you to run with me at a later time.
Don't be silly. I've been meaning to start running in the morning for a while now. But if I didn't have a partner to run with, I'd be likely to keep a routine. It's always harder to blow off a commitment if you're going to let someone else down, you know. So you'll be my running partner for the mornings. We'll both need the exercise, so it works out, don't you think?
Yeah, perfect.
Did it have to be me though? I mean, I know I have a heart problem.
Could have been Rin.
Why do I have to be a horrible person? I just imagine Rin running, flailing like her shoulders back and forth as like...
She'd be having a very hard time with balance.
Well, I guess I can't complain too much. Emmy's pretty fun to hang out with. And she's right, I do need the exercise, doctor's orders even. Emmy waves a goodbye to me.
Right! I'm off. Come have lunch with us, okay?
What?
Lunch, you know, the meal in the middle of the day. Come have it with us.
Where?
The rooftop. Rin likes it up there.
When?
You have some memory issues.
Lunchtime. When else? That's a silly question.
Yeah, but I sort of felt like I needed to ask all three for completeness' sake.
Emmy laughs and grins. I don't think I've ever seen a girl smile so much before. What's wrong with her? I don't understand. What is this madness?
This town we live in, no one ever smiles.
Maybe Kenji was right. This isn't natural.
Not bad, Izo. See ya.
With that, she takes off like a shot for the school building. I guess she's going to see the nurse first, as that's where we're gonna wrap things up for today, in the shitter, or washroom. So, remember, kids,
No matter what the internet tells you.
we do not exist.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm still confused by like that extra, but okay.